coronavirus could be a blessing in disguise. Hi, I'm Devi Jade, and with me today, of course, is Dr. Jane Mims.
Hello. Hello. And this is Woo-Woo Wednesday, and we are talking about coronavirus and the blessings that have been wrapped into it. You know, Jade, this has really thrown all of us off our game. And even though we've been locked inside our houses where we should be comfortable, it's been very uncomfortable.
I know everyone is talking about this too, like on every kind of channel you could think of. I really felt like it was important today to share two different perspectives. And actually, Dr. Jane didn't know I was going to throw that in there because here's this, you guys, we never script anything. So I wanted to get her take because she's a very practical person. She literally is a workaholic in the way that she does her life. She is. And it really has thrown her for a loop. And me as a healer, it's actually been this amazing thing. And we both received different kinds of blessings. We want to show you how it can work in each kind of a world and the way that different people think so that we can come together. So I'm going to be the interviewer. So, Dr. Jane, I have listened to you. We're friends in the background as well. And it's been quite the upside down, or some people like to say, my whole life went sideways. Can you explain to and share with people your experiences to assist them and how you've been able to turn that around?
Yeah, absolutely. I've said that the world's kind of off of its axis right now, a little bit, and that's how a lot of people feel. For me, when lockdown came, when quarantine came, some people lost their jobs, some people were furloughed, didn't really know what to do with their time. I had the opposite problem. That's when what I do with people was really, really needed and necessary. And so, I saw that. Do you ever see those funny things on Facebook, like the quizzes, and you just click on them and it looks at your profile and gives you some sort of like, which Disney princess are you or whatever? I saw one the other day. Have you ever done those?
No, you should.
I saw one the other day and I was just kind of in one of those moments where I was tired and I was like, I'm just going to click it. And it was like, where are you going to go when quarantine is over was the test. And so I was like, and it was a mutual friend of ours who had it on her page. And it was like, you're going to go to your house, like you're going to go home. And it's funny because she's been in another country this whole time and she is going home in a few weeks. So I clicked on it and my answer was, you're going to go to bed to sleep, because I've been working so much through all of this. The way that really, I have another very, very good friend who lives down the coast, and she posts every single day. She likes to work out a lot, and she posts every single day, her walk, the sunrise. She always gets up and runs right at dawn and really enjoys that beauty of the day. That I love that cleansing light first thing in the morning. And her industry is completely shut down. She owns her own business. She helps to manage vacation rentals, and that was, nothing going on there. And so she was trying to come up with things to fill her time. Obviously, I had the opposite problem, and I said that to her the other day. I was like, we have had opposite quarantine experiences. There aren't enough hours in the day for me. But regardless of what your experience is, if you're like Jade and me and you're just super busy and super in demand, or if you're like my friend who says that she's run out of different colors to paint her nails, and she's ready to be able to go back to the salon again, whichever end of that spectrum you're on, there's a way to look at it. And it's really the way, and Jade, we've talked about this before, just privately, there's a way to look at mistakes, little oopses, upsets, unplanned occurrences. You can either look at it and label it good, bad, ugly, whatever, or you can take a step back and you can ask yourself, where is the opportunity here? Mm-hmm. And I'm not making light. A lot of people have died. It's been very scary. A lot of people are in financial dire straits because of job loss and whatnot. But there's always opportunity. there's the Chinese symbols for crisis. There's two symbols that make up that word, and one of them means danger and the other means opportunity. And that's the part of all of it that most people, I think, are missing. And it's the part where the panic part of pandemic comes in, is that people are missing out on the fact that there's an opportunity somewhere in there. And they just go ahead and label it as bad and want things to continue as they were. Well, guess what? It's a new normal. So things aren't going to continue as they were.
That's really good. I'd like to go a little bit more personalized, because I feel like that's, people have done that. They've either seen the opportunities or whatever, because there has been a lot of beautiful platforms, like the Rise Up Challenge was amazing. And, and people have really stepped up to it when they have that come from already. But I really want you to share with the people that are on our show and that come, and thank you so much for doing that, actually. Something that you felt like at the first of it, you finally found your flow, but I remember you sharing a story like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? Because I want you to share that story. And then
it was a tough transition with the kids coming in from school. And I mean, in our home, we have biological kids, and then we have a foster child. And the foster child hasn't been with us a year. And so, there's still that getting to know you period. And it was a really, really tough transition. What I think was toughest for me is I work from a home office, and I didn't realize how absolutely spoiled I was that yes, my office is at home and I work a lot. You've already said I'm a workaholic, but I work a lot. I love what I do. But when the kids weren't in the schoolhouses anymore and they were here, all of a sudden I realized, how spoiled am I, how much I enjoy silence, how much I like being alone, how productive I can be when there aren't these other upsets. And so even for somebody who has helped hundreds of people in time management and productivity and prioritization, it was such a struggle because it threw me off my game. And so when you have those things that you can't control, it's really, and when you feel that resistance and it's uncomfortable, it shows you, number one, where your space of growth is, also to say where you're not living up to your full potential. So it showed me where I needed to really put my money where my mouth was, practice what I preach, put all my practices into active play to deal with the changes. But yeah, I mean, it impacted everything. It impacted my productivity. It impacted my sleep, my mood. And it was really very difficult, but that period prepared me to be ready to help other people. I think that little bit was, at the beginning, and it was hard and fast and ugly. And then all of a sudden I realized, oh, okay, there's other people who are going through this. I saw that opportunity, the danger and the opportunity in the crisis, and then rose to that. So you said that a lot of people have found their rhythm. A lot of people have, a lot of people haven't. And, personally, I don't believe that this is over.
Okay, well, that's another conversation altogether, but I wanted her to share that because there was a couple of things that she said that she automatically started doing because she was training herself already. And like 9/11, somewhere inside, we knew this was coming because the way that we handled things, as let's say in all these different countries, in our smaller communities, in our families, in ourselves, and it goes back this way instead of that way, has been very interesting for me to watch. Because for my experience as a healer, I was thinking, thank God. And I don't mean that in a way of, oh my God, this is happening. I knew how devastating it was, you guys. I've known for a couple of years that something super, super, super terrible was coming. I knew exactly when it was. I knew the months that it was going to happen. I did not know it was COVID. I knew it was a financial destructive thing that was going to be worse than 2007. And then when it started, the tsunami started coming, I was able to receive that guidance and what to do and started preparing, and I got the right people. But my experience during this was, oh my gosh, I get to help people all over the place. And I was so happy about it because I could do it for free. I was so happy. And I mean it, like I was that happy about it because for me, I'm always struggling as a healer. Oh, I don't want to charge these people. Oh my God. And everybody's like, oh, but it costs, or, but I don't want to do it for free because it's your time. And I was thinking, yippee, skippy, I can help the freaking world, which is what I did. And I've been working and sharing and healing tirelessly. And when you're a kind of a path, it actually gives you more energy to others. So I could totally understand like the doctors and the nurses and the, and people that were working very tirelessly because it's all in perspective. And yet I could hear all the stories of people that were, like they felt like, okay, I'm in a prison. How do I get out of it? Okay. Yeah. And so I was hearing all these different kinds of stories and assisting people to say like, this is an opportunity for us to chill out, for us to get back into our families, for us to get, into that loving original human species of the, the family, the clan.
Yeah. I actually said that to one of my private clients because a few weeks ago she said, I'm just ready for everything to get back to normal. And I said, let's just back it up for a second, because that's just a load of crap. You are always saying you just wish you could hit the pause button and enjoy your family, and you just wish that you had the time just to stay at home and not do anything. But even when you are at home, there's all this stuff to do. I said, you just got your wish and now you're wishing for it to go back. I said, shut up and enjoy it. Not to make light again of the people who've had a really, really hard time or been sick during this, but there has been such a deep breath, not only with people who have been overwhelmed by stress and anxiety and don't get to spend enough time with their spouses or their kids, but I mean, environmentally, there's been a beautiful deep breath. Like Mother Earth's been able to kind of like stretch out a little bit, and there have been a lot of beautiful things wrapped up in this. And it's that yin yang. It's that nothing is purely good or purely bad. There's always, a balance.
It's always good in everything you do. And believe me, I've actually worked with actual COVID patients, and it's been very, very intense so that they get well. And yes, they have gotten well. And it's been a great blessing on my head. It comes from being clean and clear, and that has been very, very important to me. The experiences I've had with people, like I told one family too, I said, you have all your children around you, and they're like, the mother was thrilled because she's an at-home mom and she loves her kids around her. But I said, when I visited with everyone as a group, when I was doing a session with them, I said, you guys, you have no idea, because this is the only time in your life, right here, right now, that you will be together. Because when this thing gets done and people start going off in their way, that moment's going to be over. You guys will be older. Yes, you'll get together for Christmas. Yes, you'll get together for holidays. We all do it. But
not like this.
Completely different. Completely different. We look at everybody. They're like building puzzles. They're doing all the things that people used to do once upon a time. And they're enjoying each other. They're going, remember, you can't buy a bike. You can't buy a fishing pole. Everything's sold out.
I know. I actually, my 12-and-a-half-year-old the other day said, hey, can we play a game, like a real game on the table and put all of our electronics down? And I'm like, is this role reversal? Like, or is a film crew going to jump out and be like, gotcha? Like what 12-year-old says, no, I want to put down my video games and let's play a dice game, or let's play Uno, or let's,
Now, this isn't to take away from, I don't want, we might get comments. So I'm gonna say to you guys, this is on the very highest of looking at things in the most gentle, kind,
Yeah.
beautiful, compassionate way. Because what this has done is it's given us, as Jane was saying, and we're all saying, it's given us pause, pause to reconnect with the best of ourselves. Now, what about people that are having struggles? Well, guess what? They're recognizing that they really do have struggles, and they're not able to run away from the struggles. They really got to allow themselves to take a look if they will do it. Okay, and it's given them all these meditations group. It's like Starbucks now. It's like one. I mean, you just type in meditation, and everybody's a meditation artist.
I'll take my grande Monday morning vanilla meditation.
Exactly. And so, people are wanting to get quieter. It's the natural order of things, and it's terrible. And at the same time, through every terrible thing comes the silver lining, let's say. I'm not, I'm going to say for the third time, I'm not saying this lightly because remember, I mentioned earlier, I've worked with people that have had COVID. I see how devastating it is. And
Absolutely.
devastating. Okay, and it, frankly, working with someone like that, I actually got sick as well because I'm pulling and pulling, and it's a very very intelligent um, disease and virus. It's like it really has intelligence to it. It's not just mutating, and
Right.
so that in and of itself has been very interesting. But I wanted to I wanted to get Dr. Jane's perspective because she's a person that's been out there in the world working, 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 and I'm a person that's kind of in the flow thing, and we both had experiences that have brought us those two ends together and really have understood each other, and it's important for us to have that oneness. It's important for us,
Absolutely.
and I do this all the time, and I'm going to say it to you guys. If we improve ourselves even 10%, do you know that every person that put a 10% is 10 little cents, 10 cents? If we, it's like, remember what was it, the dimes thing, I remember
March
that.
9th.
Yeah,
Yeah.
March of Dimes. If we all do that, look at how much shift is going to happen.
Well, and I want to say one thing that what you just said really reminded me of, and I was actually just talking about this the other day. I was teaching a class on positivity, how to overcome negativity, and it really is all mindset. I mean, everything goes back to mindset, but thinking about really thinking about the people who have had a hard time, either who have been affected by the virus personally through illness or have lost someone. Our family, we've lost several dear friends to COVID, and or people who can't pay their rent and don't know what they're going to do. People who are on the extreme suffering side of the spectrum. In my life, my biggest gifts have come out of those times that just were so terrible that I didn't know what I was going to do, that the rock bottom times.
Mm-hmm.
And that's really the hope that's in there. I think I just have a picture of, if you've ever seen a paved road with a crack in it, and then that one little green piece of life that can somehow figure out a way to reach toward the sunlight. It's there for you. So if you're one of the people who really, you're watching this and you're like, no, I haven't been busy and I can't make my rent, or I've been sick, or my best friend passed away, or my mom or somebody, there is goodness in this for you, and goodness can grow through the pain.
That's true. And let's just say, because there is going to be a fallout for a long time. As I said to you, that's what I've seen. It's really devastating. And at the same time, if you allow yourself to unsad yourself for a few minutes even, and just literally say, I'm willing to allow myself to have help, because part of it is we are people that feel like we need to do everything ourselves, and maybe it's your turn to truly allow yourself to receive.
That's
And
I love that you said unsad. That's so beautiful. Yeah. So beautiful. Allowing and unsad. That's such a great term. And we want to be there for you, and we are there for you. Check out the video description and join us in the Gilded Life group, because we have a whole community there full of other positive people who are focused on their personal growth. And Devi Jade and I are both in there. So we're both in there with you and for you. So check that out and come join us. It's absolutely free. It is a private Facebook group, and you're invited.
Close. I'd like to just really, truly ask you to just take a moment, even now or right after this podcast, and just close your eyes and just allow yourself to receive, allow yourself to be thankful for the breath inside of you, and just know that there's always someone that'll reach in and help you. If you need somebody and you don't know where to go, please reach into us, because we do have a lot of people out there that like to help each other, and we'll do the very best that we can. So thanks for your time. I'm Devi Jade.
And I'm Dr. Jane. And make sure before you go that if this was of any use to you at all, you hit that thumbs up button, the subscribe button, and the little bell, so that you know the next time that we drop a video that can help you live a life with more success, more happiness, and lower stress.